Hey guys, it's Nuzlite here, and today we have another versus matchup video. Today it's going to be best Jeanist from My Hero Academia versus Walter C. Dornez from Hellsing. I would like to thank Pix because he's not only helped making this video but actually editing it as well, so his link will be in the description. Make sure to subscribe for more bad content, and yeah, let's just get into best Jeanist versus Walter C. Dornez.
I am Walter C. Dornez, the Angel of Death. And as the dawn light cuts through the darkness, so shall I reap each of your souls in bloody turn.
For strength in this video, we're mostly going to look at the strength of their wire-like attacks, because that's mostly what they're going to be using when fighting each other, although I will bring physical strength into the later part of this section. Walter C. Dornez has been able to rip apart Alucard like it was nothing. He was able to, in his fight with Alucard, destroy a city block, which would put him at least around large building level, as also shown when he's been able to cut through skyscrapers. And essentially he's also been able to tear apart limbs. He's also been able to do damage to the Hell Dogs, which they're just completely unaffected by bullets, and his wires are also made of steel, so they're also, quite strong in that regard. Best Jeanist, on the other hand, his is made from fabric, so that automatically puts it lower down in terms of how strong it is. Although, it was able to pick up and throw several heroes into the air, one of them being Mountain Lady, who weighs around 366 pounds approximately. He was also able to hold up a large building. However, his best strength feat with the wires of his has to be when he momentarily immobilized Gigantomachia, who is not only the strongest Nomu but can do considerable damage to mountains. Considering it's the strongest Nomu, it should be stronger than the original, who is around Prime All Might level, which he was around Island level as well. And while Best Jeanist obviously wasn't able to hold him down forever, he should be, at least close to that, considering he was able to hold him for a little bit. All For One was able to break out of the strands, so that means that, and because All For One is around All Might level 2, he should be around multi-city block level. That would make sense compared to other characters within the show. So based on feats, it would seem that Walter has the better of it, but going by scaling, the point would have to go to Best Jeanist. However, in terms of physical strength, not including the actual wires, Best Jeanist hasn't shown anything. Meanwhile, Walter is a vampire, so his strength is automatically better than an average human. So strength goes to Walter, but strength of the wires I'd have to give to Best Jeanist.
I've received an emergency summons and must leave this place in your hands. Be strong as heavyweight denim without me. Smart as tailor-made suits. Keep the fabric of society safe.
You got it, Best Jeanist!
Now for speed feats, Walter C. Dornez has been able to dodge and is faster than Jan Valentine, who is able to avoid point-blank gunfire. He should also be faster than Alucard, since he was able to blitz him and react faster than him, and Alucard was able to react to also point-blank gunfire, which should be travelling around 8,321 miles per hour. Best Jeanist doesn't really have that many speed feats. He does have one where, as I said before, he was able to lift out 5 heroes out of the way of a city-destroying attack within under a second. So if we were to slightly highball him here and say he moved in the radius of a city, on average, in a second, then he would have to be moving around 81,000 miles per hour, which is almost 10 times faster than Walter. Yes, we had to highball him a little bit there, but even if we were to lowball him down to 60,000 miles per hour, it is still much faster than Walter, so the speed category goes to Best Jeanist.
Hey, you can't attack like that! What if he's just a bystander?
Think about the situation. A moment of hesitation could decide the fight. We can't let these villains try anything!
For durability feats, we first have to note that Walter has regeneration, as we're using Vampire Walter here. And he was able to take a gunshot in the head from Alucard, and he just kind of laughed it off. He's also taken attacks from Jan Valentine and the Captain, which should put him around building to low city block level, or at least that's their attack potency. So if we were to, include the regeneration factor, he is at least city block level, possibly even higher. Best Jeanist, on the other hand, has no durability feats bar 1, which is kind of iffy. He took an attack that could destroy cities or lots of city blocks and survived. The issue is though, if he was just, left and not given any medical help, he would have just bled out in the battlefield. So while he did survive it would have killed him. So I would probably put him down to city block level as well. So their durability is really quite even. However, because Walter has regeneration, I would probably have to give the slight edge to him, but it is really close.
My name is Walter C. Dornez, ex-vampire hunter and butler to the Hellsing organization. I answer the door, I clean up the estate, and I take out the trash. And I also kill self-entitled little twats like yourself.
For abilities, weaponry and technique, Walter's wires are made of steel and you can manipulate them to their absolute best. He's an expert at hand-to-hand combat. He can use his wires to scale buildings and tear them down. They also have a range of about 10 meters from him. He can create shields with them and use them to control people in a way like a puppet. And as he's a vampire, or when he became a vampire, he gained impressive regeneration and strength. Best Jeanist, meanwhile, can manipulate fabric, and he often does this to immobilize his enemies with wires or string-like attacks. He's also a pro hero, the 4th best pro hero in My Hero Academia, which means that he's gifted in intelligence at least, and has some level of hand-to-hand combat skill. Like, maybe not the best, but still some, considering you have to go to a school to get it, and he is, the 4th strongest hero. But despite that, I would say that Walter is more versatile and has the better abilities.
Wasn't supposed to go like this. But that doesn't matter. A true hero doesn't believe in excuses!
Now I see. Your strength comes from practice and practical experience, not raw power. I don't need your quirk.
Now going on to weaknesses. Walter now turning into a vampire means he's now got a specific weakness to silver and holy weapons. And as he's a vampire as well, he has a weakness that's kind of, I don't know, kind of rare to vampires. He is slowly deteriorating over time, and eventually he will start to get weaker and, more vulnerable. Best Jeanist, on the other hand, can't manipulate some fabric better than others, like denims, and theoretically he could run out, although that's never been shown. So, to who has the worst weakness, I would have to say that Walter has, for the simple fact that he is deteriorating. If that wasn't the case, it would probably have to be Best Jeanist, but yeah, Walter has the more vulnerable weakness.
Your best wasn't good enough. The least you could do is lose with some dignity and grace.
Walter, what are you saying?
For all your talk of 1,000-year run, we bollocks this up pretty good, didn't we?
Broken piece of shit!
Now for the victor, this could go either way. You have to bring into account that, they will be in character. So Walter will most likely try to kill Best Jeanist. I mean, probably not, because Vampire Hunter broke him up for the sake of this fight. And Best Jeanist will probably just try to immobilize him, as that's what My Hero Academia characters or heroes do. They, try and mobilize them and then put them away. Unless your name is Nomu, in which case you die. But that's besides the point. Best Jeanist, obviously his wires are stronger, he's faster, and has the less vulnerable weakness. Walter is more durable, more versatile, and physically stronger. So who would win this fight? We probably have to... Well, Walter could definitely kill Best Jeanist if he gets the right hits in, I think. Best Jeanist is quite durable, but after quite a few hits of the same, of Walter's kinds of attacks, I think he would kill Best Jeanist. However, considering Best Jeanist is faster, and he would probably immobilize Walter, and that's probably how the fight would end. And if he was bloodlusted, you know, he could very easily, or not very easily, but he could kill him. And the one thing that makes Walter lose this is due to his weakness. You know, he's deteriorating. Without that weakness, Best Jeanist wouldn't be able to really kill Walter, and it would just be a situation of Walter, you know, eventually getting a hit on Best Jeanist that is fatal. But because of that, I would probably have to give Best Jeanist the fight. Granted, you know, if it comes to just pure fists, then Walter would probably have Best Jeanist, you know, down there, but it won't ever come to that, let's be honest. It's going to be a battle of wires. I can very easily see an argument for Walter winning, but I think that more often than not, Best Jeanist wins. You know, if you disagree, then put in the comments why, you know, counter arguments, you know. Sometimes I like to be proven wrong. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, dislike and subscribe. You know, we got a push for 100 before July because I said so, nothing for no other reason because of that. You know, subscribe to Pix, he's the one editing this video, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.